Gotta love Rogue Energy. Anyway, coming up on today's episode of Technoid, it looks like everybody and their hashtag Team Pixels are all out yesterday because we're going to take a look at the aftermath of the release of the Pixel 5a, which literally contradicted the video I did the day before, and we're going to talk about why this has now set a standard for mid-ranges and why we may be at a new turning point in smartphones. Also on today's episode, the MacBook shipment is going to be driving the market not only for smart books, but for tablets and other things, but in one department that you probably wouldn't guess, and it's a very big deal for the tech world. And lastly, we have some new information about the iPhone 13 lineup, and Ming Chi Kuo is going on a long shot with one of the news. So we will talk all about that today. So let's not waste any time. You better tune your butts in because we are going to check out today's episode of Technoid. So let's get it going. Alrighty, story number one, the main story, the Google Pixel 5a. Now, I saw so many tweets yesterday, so many people got, oh my god, I got sent a device, I'm on hashtag Team Pixel, hashtag Team Pixel, I got my free device, I did it! And I'm just sitting back here going, where the hell is Aloha Android in all this? And I have been very vocal on Twitter, guys. If you check out my Twitter at Technoid12, I am pushing for you, Tito. Because honestly, while everybody on that list that got their Team Pixel device, whatever, congrats to you, but y'all ain't the hardest worker in the room. Tito is the hardest worker. He is the most passionate Pixel fan. He is the most, by far, the best Android fan you're ever gonna meet. His passion, his dedication, his hard work, and Google, you didn't send him a device. I'm very disappointed. But again, I'm gonna keep vouching. Hashtag justice for Tito. He deserved the Pixel 4 or 5a, whatever device they're on. He deserves it more than any of them. No offense to anyone else that got it. I'm just saying. But anyway, let's talk about the device. So the device itself was pretty much everything that we talked about. It came at a time where most people were more excited for the 6 and the 6 Pro, but this kind of came in and took some heads. Now, according to the actual device, it is of course priced at $450, which is relatively a very good price for a mid-range. The whole chassis of the phone is metal, so they've actually ditched the plastic back. They are going all in on a metal design, which is honestly something that I was cool with. I loved aluminum back phones. I never saw any problems with them, so I'm glad that they're bringing that back. We also see that it has 5G of both millimeter and sub-6. That is a very big deal, something that we will discuss after. It also explains that the new phone has, of course, a Snapdragon. It will also include other different techniques. The display is, of course, the 1080p. It has a nice display overall, 2 cameras in the back. That's really the gist you need to know. But let me explain to you why this phone just set the bar for mid-ranges and probably might also be flagship-like. First of all, let's talk about the build quality. The build quality on this phone is superb. I don't even need to look at reviews. I haven't watched a single video, but I've seen what Google has posted, and I've seen the unboxings from certain YouTubers, not people that got their device. I'm talking about, like, you know, friends of friends. But anyway, this thing is premium as premium gets. This device literally gives you a flagship-like experience. If you wanted to talk about a flagship killer, the Pixel 5a might be that device. Number 2, 5G connectivity. They did not hold back. They give you both millimeter wave and sub-6. Now, for those of you that don't know anything about that, sub-6 is basically wider spectrum, a wider array of 5G, so you get more signal band, and millimeter wave is ultra wideband for Verizon's 5G. And the best part of all is that they continued to keep the price at a very reasonable price. They also included a water and dust resistance of IP67. It has a wide and ultra wide lens, a 4,620 mAh battery, 6 gigs of RAM, a 765G. Do I need to go on? Do I have to go on? This device has set a new standard for mid-ranges. Even Apple, their cheapest iPhone SE, cannot answer to this device. I'm sorry, as much as I love the iPhone SE and I think the SE is gonna clap back, I do think we're gonna see some clout on that. Right now, Google has that throne for the best mid-range. They have just set a standard, and that's something that we have not seen from a mid-range. And I'm actually very excited for this phone. I probably will check it out. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I am not doing a review on it. I'm not a smartphone reviewer, guys. I am a headphone reviewer, audio reviewer. I don't dive into that stuff. So Google, if you're watching this, don't bother sending me a Pixel. I ain't gonna be kissing your ass for no free phone. But if you want me to kiss your ass for some headphones, that's another story. But anyway, overall, this is a very great device, and I actually am very excited not only for this device, but the 6 and the 6 Pro, and the Pixel 5a is really going to live up to its name. So let me hear your thoughts down in the comment. Let me know, do you agree with my take? Do you think that the Pixel is going to set the new standard for mid-ranges, or basically is the standard now? Let me hear your thoughts down below. Now let's talk about story number 2. Alrighty, story number 2, let's talk about the MacBook. Now, as you know, Ming-Chi Kuo and other analysts have been talking about the new MacBooks and the significance of it. Not just that the new MacBooks are getting a redesign, but with added ports and the new M1X chip, but because of its technology with mini LEDs. Now, we saw Apple start the transition with, of course, their iPad Pros. And the iPad Pros have so far had a 50-50 start, but they've soon smoothed it out. Well, according to Ming-Chi Kuo, he says that the new MacBook lineup will not only push supplier investments, it will push the entire industry to adopt this new technology. According to Kuo, he believes that the MacBooks, not only the iPads, will drive mini LED panels for shipments. He believes that the MacBooks shipments have not grown in much in the past few years. However, they have grown significantly by 20% this year with the switch to the M1 chip. And now that more people are buying Macs for the M series chips, it makes more sense for them to add a mini LED display, which will then push more sales and more production panels in the future. And that's a very good statement, because if you look at the sales right now and look at the environment that we're in, we're still in some treacherous times. You know, there's still some other things going on out there, and a lot more people are still choosing to stay home. And with those choices, they started investing in home setups. Mac sales went up, iPad sales went up, Windows sales went up, everything went up during this pandemic. So Apple is going to ride that momentum because they're still going to do it. And now this new MacBook is going to pave the way for more and more creations and more technology-driven advancements in displays. And I'm not trying to set the bar for the MacBook Pro, but right now, based off everything we've heard and everything that we've seen, this might be the biggest MacBook release that Apple has ever made. And I'm putting that out there because of just how much hype and enthusiasm there is for this model. Not just for the chipset, not just for the displays, not for the ports, but for the entire Pro lineup. And I am really, really excited to see where Apple goes in the future with this. And I honestly am excited. I don't know about you guys, but let me hear your thoughts down below. Like I said, I might potentially buy this MacBook if it proves to be at a good price, which honestly, that's not the problem. Just gotta hope my trade-in value is pretty good because I have a 15-inch. But also, we'll see how they do it with the new MacBook Pro, and we'll see where we go from there. And last story, the final story, and then we're out of here, guys. Let us talk now about the iPhone 13. Now, this is a quick update, so I'm going to make this short, but according to Ming-Chi Kuo has said that the new iPhone 13 models are going to still be ramping up and will be available in the 3rd week of September. He says that these new models are going to, of course, be everything that we've heard before, but the one added bonus that nobody caught, and he just clarified it, according to Kuo, now this is a little bit of a stretch, but he claims that all iPhone 13 models are going to stay with the Lightning port except for the Pro Max. Now, this is the wildest rumor I have ever heard Ming-Chi Kuo say. But Ming-Chi Kuo has proven himself time and time again, so I am going to have to take this one with just the tiniest drop of salt, because that's very insane. We know Apple is going for a portless experience. We know Apple is going to drop the port. They're not going to USB-C. They're never going to put USB-C on, of course, an iPhone because the iPhone makes them so much money. However, they have gone all in on MagSafe. So it seems, according to Kuo, that this new Pro Max model will take advantage of MagSafe, improve on it, taking rid of the port, and will be used as a tester to see how many people adapt this new wireless charging system. So that way, when they do drop the port on all phone models, it'll be ready to go, and that they will have data syncs and other things. Now, those are some things that I have to question with Apple. Now that you've made MagSafe a charging solution, a fast, and also you've made it more reliable for your ecosystem, Now you have to work on data syncing, you have to work with it connecting to a computer, you have to make it work being vice versa around, and of course with USB-C, you have to allow it to be open with power delivery bricks if you're going to continue to use a MagSafe, and you want to include MagSafe, not in the box, but if you want to include it as a convenience, you're of course going to have to make it support. So there's some things they have to work out, but I can see Apple doing this, and I honestly am not mad. I am upset, of course, that you are going to lose a port, even though I would have preferred USB-C, or hell, stick with the lightning cable. When you drop the lightning port, that's it. But on the flip side, there is a lot of positives to this because, of course, lightning sucked. It really did suck. And you could finally get a wireless experience, but it does pose a problem for some manufacturers. However, there are some solutions coming. So we'll have to wait and see on that. Let me hear your thoughts down below about the portless iPhone. Do you think it's going to happen with the 13 Pro Max, or do you think Quo is insane? And that's it for today's episode of Technoid. Now, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, hit the like button. If you disliked the video, you can hit the dislike button. That helps circulate my views as well. As always, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next episode. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Take care, stay safe, have a good day, and peace!